Good morning, learners.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, today we're going to do module 1.8, the impact of ICT. ICT stands for Information Communications Technology. And today we're going to learn about the impact of ICT. So this is the introduction slide, the contents, right? We're going to look at how ICT influences our lives and lifestyles. Also the impact on home offices, as well as the impact on education. And then we're going to have a look at computer criminals. And then we're going to have a test and improve exercise that we will be doing. So as we can see there, how ICT influence our lives and lifestyles in the way we do the jobs we do, store and watch photos and videos, entertain ourselves, games and music. Entertainment basically is leisure, is your off time. That like you are attending school, after school, you go home, you do your homework, and then you have some free time. So that free time you use ICT, you make use of a computer, smart TV, your smartphone to entertain yourself. And when you entertain yourself, you also call it leisure time, right? But computers and technology also influences the way we shop and bank. These days, people are moving away from paying with cash. They rather use their cell phone, right? They go to the shop. When they pay, they take out their phone and then they use their virtual card. Right, you can bank it. I bank at FNB. What happens is I create a virtual card that links with my physical card. So if I don't have my physical card with me, I use the virtual card and then I tap. Right, the technology in that tapping is called NFC, which also stands for near field communication. Right. Then also the way we communicate with others, the way we interact with friends, and the way we obtain and use information. So when we obtain and use information, you guys know Google already, WhatsApp, loot.co.za was back in the day very popular, but today we use Takealot. People order from Takealot. Right. Let's continue. So when we have a look here, right? How ICT influence our lives and lifestyles in the area of communication. So here we have Facebook, which is a social networking website. Create an account, you go on Facebook, you add friends, and so you get to know one another virtually also. And then we have WhatsApp. The most common form of communication today is WhatsApp. Right? People even have group meetings and discussions and video calls and even conference calls, sometimes over WhatsApp. Then we have blogging and an email. Right? Blogging is like a personal diary. If I like computers, then I can create a blog whereby I just post about computers. Maybe new trends about computers, what software to buy, which hardware to buy. It's my personal preference, and that all of my thoughts and ideas I share on the blog, right? Over availability of communication leads to problems of its own. You can never really switch off. There is one negative side of communication, because if you have WhatsApp, people can add you in a group, and then the whole day that group is busy. And then when you come look at your phone, maybe after a couple of hours, then you will see that you've got like 100 messages that you've missed out on. And then people are just talking general talk. Right? So, and also your phone keeps on vibrating, and you know you've got this fear of missing out. You want to see what has been sent, or you want to see if you posted something on your social media account, you want to see how many likes you have, who did view your status. You always have that. It's a form of anxiety basically that makes you not to switch off when using one of these platforms by communication. Right? Here we also talk about access to information, right? You can find it quickly, determine if the source is reliable, analyze and summarize it accurately, right? When you make use of Google, it's always good to make sure that that article you are reading, that blog you are visiting, that it is reliable. How do you determine if a website is reliable? You go look at the source, right? Determine if the source is reliable. Who wrote this article, right? This person that created the blog is posting an article on the blog. Is that person reliable? Do you know that person? Is that person well known? That's how you determine it, right? And with Google, it's very easy to find information quickly. Right, there we have email, these bubbles popping up, the World Wide Web, we've got the SMS and MMS. We all know what SMS, right? Go to your messages, you can send the SMS. But MMS is called multimedia. It's an SMS with a picture added to it. Then it becomes a MMS. Right, your cell phone calls, radio, TV, all of this can also be used to gather information, share information also. Right, here's this word that I talked about, leisure. It's your off time, right? You're relaxing, right? You're going to watching movies, music, printed media, via the internet. You read an article or you find something on the internet, you print it, you can watch it. Then we have video on demand. Video on demand can be like DSTV. If you have a subscription with DSTV, then you can log on to DSTV Stream. You can go watch movies there. And also live soccer, right? I like watching soccer, so I use DSTV Now. It is DSTV streaming, online streaming service. And I make use of that in order to watch like soccer, right? Yes. Then we have internet TV, right? We also have online travel bookings, like here by Lekker Slap, right? You can make use of online travel bookings, like if I want to go stay at the guest house would most probably have a website, and then I go on the website and I can book my place to stay for the weekend, right? Online computer games, fitness programs in front of a TV with a gaming console. Back in the day, you used to have this Wii. Yeah, the Wii console, right? Now with the Wii console, then there used to be like this tennis where you just go around and, you know, it's like you hitting in the air, but it also keeps you fit, right? Let's continue. Right. How does ICT, how does computers, does technology impact us at a home office? Right. Right. It can help you save, save money to use the PC to type and edit your documents. If you've got Microsoft Office installed, guys, you guys know we are using the Office. We've learned Microsoft Word, we've learned PowerPoint, we've learned Microsoft Excel, so we are working with Microsoft Office. If you have Office, you can edit and type your documents. You can keep track of your accounts, right? Communicate with clients and suppliers. If you have an home office, right, it's good for you to have a database of clients, right, that you can help. Some accountants, they are independent workers. They work from home. They do other companies' books, but they can be a one-man, right? But they will have a list of clients, a list of their clients' records also. Which transactions happen where? And oftentimes go maybe to the company, go visit them, but will have an home office. Some lawyers work from home also. Certain psychologists work from home also. It's good to be able to keep track of your accounts, right? And also to file and organize your client data. Have you ever been to the hospital or you go to the clinic and then they open up a file for you? Nah? Right. Now these days, you can, yeah, the traditional way is to have the normal file. But some people are moving to electronic file. Because why? It's faster. Né? Because otherwise we're going to have a cabinet. If you're a medical doctor, then you've got, let's say, 100 clients or so forth, right, coming to you, or your accountant. To have all of that information per person in a file can take up a lot of storage space. Whereas you can just have a computer and keep all of that data here safe. Right, and it will help with filing and organizing and also for searching for the information quickly. Right, once again, you can also advertise your products or services. If you create products, if you create, let's say you love making candles, you've got a candle business, you're selling candles, you can sell it from home. But you can use social media to advertise your product. How many people make money on TikTok? Right, if you swipe so on TikTok, this person is selling something, then what do they say? Find the link in my bio or the description. Right, find the link in my bio or description. So, you can make money by advertising. It is good, it's exposure. In a town like Uppington, one of the downfalls, what I see personally in businesses, is that they don't advertise. Right? How many businesses is in an industrial area that you know about? Yeah. And what do they sell? You see, yes. So you get what I'm saying? So and if they sell, what is the price? Can I compare it and so on? Right. Let's continue here. Right. Now we talk about ICT used by school management. Create timetables with special software. Right? So, you guys see that we've got a timetable. There's my timetable of my class there, and my personal one is here on the PC here. But we use a software to create the timetable. So, what we have done is, we list all of the teachers. The teachers that are teaching Afrikaans, English, CAT, economics, accounting, right? Which teacher teaches which subject, how are the learners, how many learners there are per subject. All of those calculations get processed, right? So we put in the data, it gets processed into information, and it gets put into a table format. That's why we can have the timetable per class and per teacher also, right? And you guys know that I'm doing the invigilating timetable also of the school. So there's a timetable for that also. Right? We can use word processors to produce neat exam papers, Microsoft Word. Right? Communicate with parents. We can send them an email or SMS. Calculate marks in a spreadsheet. Market the school via a website. Right? Our school website is still being built. But at least we have a Facebook page. Our Facebook page has grown also in this past few years, right? So our reach is also very far. Right, now we have an impact on education. Right, we look at the school, now on the education. Used by teachers, data projectors. I'm projecting right now. Electronic whiteboards, lessons and worksheets. Specialized programs for use in geographic information systems, science experiments, etc. Here we can also see here's a form of a CAT lab there. So the teacher will most probably sit in front, the projector, here are the screens, and then the learners can follow. The same in this class. Right, now when we have ICT used by learners, right? Learners also make use of ICT, computers, as I said, smartphones, technology, the internet, right? We get information from the internet, produce data in Excel, type and neat assignments in Word, create diagrams using Paint and Smart Art. Take photos and record interviews with smartphones and etc. Right, and it goes further on here to say you can watch videos that explain how to do practical tasks in CAT, use social networking sites to share with others various projects, use a typing tutor or mathematics drill and practice program. You see, this is where we need to start to move towards, where the maths teacher also starts using mathematical programs and computers to help and assist kids. Right, then we're going to look at this final topic, which is called computer criminals. Now, identity thieves. Why do they try to steal an identity? Right. Everybody has their own personal identity. Now, you've got an ID. It stands for identity document. It identifies you. But criminals want to steal your identity. Why? To gain access to secret documents, valuable information, or your money. Right? Sometimes they impersonate the person, meaning they act as if they are you to get information. You see? And obviously, most of the time it is driven by money, the greed, the hunger for money makes people do these crimes. To gain credit or loans or buy goods. Right? They could take out, if they get certain documentation of you, they impersonate you, they could take out a loan.
Ons kon hier is 'n kollega se onderbreking kan Abigail Bekes, ek herhaal Abigail Bekes, graad 12 leerder asseblief vir ons kantoor toe kom. Baie dankie.
Right? They can also to spread false information or to commit a crime. How do they try to steal your money? Phishing. Then to get your banking details. So sometimes they send out an email. You get this. Now lucky with your internet service provider like Google, they normally filter all of the spam emails. But sometimes maybe one or two of those emails can come through. And then you will think it's from your bank. You click on the website, you click on the link, it takes you to the bank website and everything looks legit. But when you go put in your username and password, they are capturing it, the thief. Nah. And then you will come find it, you can't log in. Even if you are trying to put in the right details, it's like it's not logging in. But they've already captured your information, then they go log in on the real website. And so they steal your money, right? Fake websites to commit fraud. Nah. They're not even sending an email anymore. There's a website that looks so legit, but it's a fake website. Maybe selling a product. Fake virus alarms for you to buy protection software. There comes up a pop-up message saying that you've got 50 viruses on your computer. If you click on that notification, that is the virus basically that gets downloaded. Or you need to download something in order for you to protect yourself from virus, but what you are downloading is a virus. You see, where the criminal can access your computer and take your information. Sometimes what happens, guys, they take charge of your computer. As I said, if you're a lawyer or you're an accountant, or let's say here in town there's an accounting firm. There are a couple of accounting firms here in town. So what can hackers do? They can hack this business. This business is doing bookkeeping for a lot of clients up in the net. Now they infiltrate this business and then they put a lock on all of these computers and then they copy the data for themselves. Right? The next day when the normal workers working, no one can log in. Right? Then there will be a message there that you maybe need to pay 100,000 or R1 million for you to get your own information back. Right? So what is Sir saying? They're holding you ransom. Because if they leak that information, your client is going to leave you because then you are not trustworthy. You didn't protect our valuable information. You see? Because if I've got a business and you do my books, but now people broke in through the network on your computers and they stole my information. You see, it can compromise me also, because it did compromise you. You guys get what I'm saying? So this is what is taking place today. There are criminals out there that are very smart doing these things. Then they talk here about bogus lottery winnings or investment opportunities, pyramid schemes, and so forth. Bogus, the word bogus meaning fake, right? So, guys, I think we'll continue tomorrow with this, right? So, I'll take questions and I'll give you guys the activity before you guys leave,